Yo, what's up, guys? I finally got around to editing some video, and God, I am the rambling man. I had like a 4 minute intro of nothing. I couldn't even make sense of it. So I'm redoing the front half. We're talking about the strut mounts today. I'm building those in this video, so let me show you what's going on. These are the mounts in question that I was talking about. Obviously, the shock isn't in there right now, but it had this giant straight up, boxed in sore thumb of a shock mount before, so I wanted to get rid of that so I could get this bar in here where I want it. I wanted that to be straight, but I still had to curve it a little bit because I couldn't bring the shock down as far as I wanted to. Now, suspension geometry, technically this does mess up the car, but I looked up, how much it varies and everything, and you get a percentage decrease for the degree that you push it inwards. I did some rough calculations, and with the weight that I've taken off this car, these should be fine with stock still. So let's get into that.
I went a little time lapse crazy again in this one. I like to listen to music while I work, and then you can't do that on YouTube while recording. But if you can afford to find these tools, a tube bender, a tube notcher, a grinder, and a welder, which in reality you could probably find for less than $1,000, it is so worth it. You can build anything you want. So right now I'm just putting the plates in for the shock mounts, but I end up putting more plates in later to kind of strengthen it up and give it a bigger footing. You'll see that though in the future.
I've got my plates welded in. I've got my strut mount there, and then I'm gonna push it down here. I'm about to make a plate right now for it to mount, which is over here. Oh my god, don't judge me for my mess. I just cut this plate. I'm gonna use this hole saw right here to cut a hole for the top, and yeah, we'll go from there.
So right now I'm just building the shock mount, the top of it. I think we ended up doing, I ended up doing 7 inches wide and then 4.5 inches deep. You can see the cardboard cutout right there that I just made of the top of the shock so I could build these mounts the correct size and then still have room to put gussets and everything around the sides of it. Then I tack welded it in to be finished later on, and you'll see that in the future. Also, I didn't want to put a music track on here because I know you guys don't like that, but I think I'm going to anyway, so sorry.
Alright, how's she look? Tomorrow I need to build the gussets under here on both sides to strengthen that plate, but she's looking pretty good. Okay, it is tomorrow now, which is today. Um, I've been thinking about this, and if I do coilovers and I end up putting boost into this car, then my launches might be so hard that it rips this thing apart. So my solution today is going to be to weld I don't know what to call it, a rim around this. So something like that all the way around to strengthen the plate itself. And then a gusset here that connects to that on both sides. Also, lastly, I'm going to weld a big plate in the middle and connect both sides to the center to diffuse some of the pressure. So we'll see if that works. Someday I might rip my suspension out, and that's okay. I realized in post that I never showed that rim in gusset here. So there's that piece, that rim. Um, I think that's, I don't know, half or 3/4 of an inch, and it's just 3/8 steel. And then I set this into the vise and bent this straight piece around, and then added the gusset in there. Now I know my welds look halfway decent up here, but don't be fooled. These are all trigger welds. And then the strong welds are all underneath the ugly stuff. But this, I think this will work. This isn't gonna bend, that's for sure. So she should be good. I've got both sides built. Um, I got some plates welded in here on both sides, hoping those are strong enough and I don't just tear them right out on launches when I put the coilovers on. I think they'll be fine with just the shocks right now. I couldn't salvage the rest of that video, so this is the end of it. The next build video is going to be this cage, and I'll give you a little sneak peek right now. It's pretty cool. This is all of it so far. I ended up just building the rear half and then putting in a temporary bar here because I'm going to do tube frame with the whole front end as well. But for right now, I just want to be able to rip it around so we can actually get some cool content. So here are the shock mounts in question. I ended up adding some extra plates on this side. I had to put in a bunch of different ones. I don't know if that'll actually help at all, but they are all welded together, so hopefully it does. On this side, I was able to just do one larger plate, and then I had to step it up, and then the rear plate back there. So hopefully that works out. But here's the cage. We got the seat mounted in there with some harness bar. I had to build the other harness bar, but yeah, come back for those.